back to my channel. I'm Savannah and I'm so excited you're here because today we're using a TBR jar to pick out the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of October. So October is one of my absolute favorite months. It's the month that my birthday is in, and of course it has Halloween. So I'm really excited to get into the month of October and to be picking the books that I'm hoping to read during that month. So today we're using a TBR jar, which is a jar filled with prompts that'll help me pick out the books that I'm hoping to read in the next month. Last month we picked out 6 prompts that gave us 6 books. I'm currently filming this a little bit ahead of time, so I'm not 100% done with all of the books that I'm planning to read this month, but once you're seeing this video, these are all of the books that I picked, and these are all of the books that I have read. In the month of September, I did slip into a little bit of a reading slump because one of these books I ended up DNFing, and it really just put me into kind of a funk. So I didn't read quite as much as I would have hoped, but hopefully we can bring some positive energy into the month of October. We will be pulling 6 prompts once again for the month of October to pick out 6 books to put on our TBR. Hopefully we have a little bit better luck this month, but either way, I'm still really excited. So let's get started. Let's pull our first prompt. Okay, I got one. Oh, wow. This says, start a new series. I think we can all agree that we all are probably in the middle of way too many series at any given moment, but I have no qualms about starting a new series because there are so many good series that I'm so excited to get started. I want to dive deep into some new worlds, so let's see what we have to pick from. Okay, so start a new series really makes me think of fantasy, and I have 3 options here from my physical TBR. The first one is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in the famous ACOTAR series. I have been thinking about starting this for quite some time. I'm not sure if October is the perfect time, but this is an option on my physical TBR. Next, I have The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. This is another one that I would be really excited to read in the fall, another fantasy. It's the beginning of a series, so this is definitely an option as well. Then we also have The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is book 1 of the Farseer trilogy. This is once again another fantasy that I would be really excited to read in the fall. I have 3 really good options, but I also know I have a bunch of options on my Kindle, so let me take a look there to see if there's anything else, but otherwise I think I'll pick from one of these 3. Okay, so downloaded on my Kindle in terms of starting a new series, I have One Dark Window, which is the beginning of a duology, which there is kind of an argument whether that's a series or not. I'm not quite sure. But we have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. We also have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole, Direbound by Sable Sorensen, Blood and Steel by Helen Scher, Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I believe that one's the beginning of a series. The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni, The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. But the one that I think I'm going to pick is The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is the beginning of the Farseer trilogy. This is about Fitz, the bastard son of the noble Prince Chivalry, raised in the shadow of the royal court by his father's gruff stableman. He's treated as an outcast by the royalty, except for King Shrewd, who has him secretly tutored in the arts of the assassin. Fitz grows to manhood, and soon he will face his first dangerous, soul-shattering mission. And though some regard him as a threat to the throne, he may just be the key to the survival of a kingdom. This seems like the perfect kind of fantasy that I might want to read during the fall and during the month of October. So I think this is going to be the one that we put on our October TBR, and this will be our first book. Okay, let's pick our second prompt. Oh, got one from right in the middle. Ooh, this prompt says, walk through history. Okay, so this could be interpreted a couple of different ways. This could be interpreted as a historical fiction, maybe even a nonfiction about history. Maybe I could stretch this to make it seem like fantasy taking place in the medieval times or Regency era or any of the above. Okay, so using this prompt, I can either go one of 2 directions in my mind right now. First, I could do The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I have the sample on my Kindle. I don't own it, but I could get access to it. And that one is literally called A Secret History. Kind of could work with this prompt. But the other direction I could go in this is, you can't see it from here, but at this very bottom shelf, I have quite a few nonfiction books that I'm interested in reading. And from down there, I've pulled out one of my books, and that is A History of the World in 6 Glasses by Tom Stadage. This is a nonfiction book that I came across while I was in Barnes & Noble, and it seemed really interesting to me. I thought that it was just like a fun way to maybe learn a little bit more about history. I've read a couple of books that kind of talk about history with like short little essays, and this kind of reminded me of that. Maybe each chapter would be a different kind of time period, and it connects it back to 6 different glasses. The back says, beer, wine, spirits, coffee, tea, and Coca-Cola. These 6 beverages turn out to be much more than just ways to quench thirst. They also represent 6 eras that span the course of civilization, from the adoption of agriculture to the birth of cities to the advent of globalization. A History of the World in 6 Glasses tells the story of humanity from the Stone Age to the 21st century through each epic's signature refreshment. As he persuasively argues, each drink is in fact a kind of technology, advancing culture and catalyzing the intricate interplay of different societies. After reading this enlightening book, you may never look at your favorite drink in quite the same way again. This might seem like a pretty random pull, but I do really enjoy reading nonfiction whenever I'm able to, and I think this one would be a great way to meet the prompt and also learn a little bit of something. So this will be the second book that we add to our October TBR, A History of the World in 6 Glasses. Okay, we've got quite the interesting TBR already starting out, so let's pick out our third prompt. I'm gonna pick right from the top. Oh, romantasy, that worked out pretty well for me. Okay, so I think I'm gonna choose a book off my Kindle. Let's see what we can pick. All right, right off the bat, One Dark Window, Rachel Gillig. I would love to read Foxglove by Adeline Grace. That's the second book after Belladonna, and I read Belladonna this most recent month, so that would be a great book to get on the TBR so I can continue the series. Direbound by Sable Sorensen would be fun. Okay, I think those are the 3 that I'm gonna pick between. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig would be a great book to put on the October TBR because there's a little bit of gothic, there's a little bit of spooky, as far as I know. So that would be a really good one. But of course it would be great to continue a series. But you know what? I think One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig will be the one that I put on my October TBR. I feel like it fits the month so well, we have to go with it. So this is about Elsbeth. She needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mislocked kingdom she calls home. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. That sounds really interesting, pretty gothic, super fun. So I think we're gonna do One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig as our 3rd book on our October TBR. Okay, let's pick our 4th prompt for our 4th book. I'll go to the bottom this time. Okay, got one. All right. Second chance for an author. Okay, so I'm gonna say that this is an author I've read one of, maybe an author that I didn't love, but I'll give them a second chance. Let me take a look on my bookshelf and see what we can find. I know exactly what I'm gonna pick. Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna pick. I have to find it though. Okay, so I'm going to pick The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. This one is a witchy romance that is an interconnected standalone, I believe, with The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. I think I read that book 2 years ago in the fall and I didn't really enjoy it, but I don't know if it was the timing or something else was going on. So I'm gonna give the author a second chance by reading the next book in the standalone, interconnected standalone series. I believe this one is about the main character in the X-Hex. I think this is about her cousin who we saw in the X-Hex. So I'm gonna give the author a second chance with this one to read this book. I'm really excited about it. I feel like it's the perfect time to do so. And yeah, so this is gonna be the 4th book on our October TBR. Okay, the TBR is shaping up to be pretty good so far, so let's pick our 5th one. Odd number of pages. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some digging. Okay, I really want to read Bride during October, so let's see. Okay, the end of the epilogue is 396, so that does not count. We have Shady Hollow by Juno Black. It's 219, so that's an odd number of pages. That one counts. Ooh, Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is a new release. 523. So this has an odd number of pages as well, right before the acknowledgements. Okay, I do really want to read Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, but I think that Shady Hollow by Juno Black would be a good book to put on the October TBR to kind of mix things up a little bit. This one is the beginning of the Shady Hollow series, where we're introduced to the village of Shady Hollow, a place where woodland creatures live together in harmony until a curmudgeonly toad turns up dead and the local reporter has to solve the case. This one seems pretty quirky, pretty fun, but also cozy and perfect for the fall and perfect to put on our October TBR. So this one will be our 5th book. Okay, let's pick our 6th and final prompt for the October TBR. It has to be a really good one. This one. All right. Title without an E. That is gonna be tough. I can't choose Wild Reverence. I can't choose Bride. I can't choose The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. I can't choose any of the classics I have on my radar. Wuthering Heights has an E. Northanger Abbey, Pride and Prejudice, Jane Eyre, all have E's. Little Women, all have E's. The Mysterious Affair at Styles has an E. I don't even know if I can continue the books that I've been thinking. Let me look on my Kindle. Phantasma is an option. This is actually incredibly tough. Phantasma by Kaylee Smith is an option, but I'm not quite sure that that aligns with what I'm wanting to read this month. So, I know there are some books down here that probably would fit, but since it's my birthday month, I'm gonna allow myself to pick a different prompt because I want to focus on books that feel like fall to me. And none of the other books, I mean, all the ones that I just said to you, all have E's. We're going to put that prompt back to be picked up another time. And we are going to pick a different prompt for our 6th and final prompt for the October TBR. Let me go all the way to the bottom. Okay, all right. Oh, I wrote 4th shelf, which in my head, on my bookshelves, means pick a book on the 4th shelf. So that's, you can't see these other ones, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th one down here. But the 4th shelf would be this one. So I think I just have to pick any book that is currently sitting on the 4th shelf. That's kind of fun. That also makes my choice really easy because Bride by Ali Hazelwood was sitting here on the 4th shelf because I like to keep the books here that I'm most interested in reading right here at hand level, and this one was sitting there. So this will be the 6th and final book on the October TBR. This is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I still haven't read this one, but I'm really excited to. I love Ali Hazelwood. I've read 4 of her other books and really enjoyed all of them. I really enjoy her writing, so I think this one will be really fun to read, especially in the month of October. So I'm really excited we were able to put this one on the TBR. This one is about a marriage of convenience between a vampire and a werewolf, so I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully this will be really good. And that rounds out the last of our October TBR. So let's do a quick recap of all the books on the October TBR. For Start a New Series, I picked The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. For A Walk Through History, I picked A History of the World in 6 Glasses. For Romantasy, I picked One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. For Second Chance for an Author, I picked The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. For Odd Number of Pages, I picked Shady Hollow by Juno Black. And for 4th Shelf, I picked Bride by Ali Hazelwood. These are all the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of October. This is our October TBR, and I'm super excited to get to reading. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really love filming these types of TBR jar videos. They're so much fun for me. They get me so excited about reading in the next month. So please let me know if you enjoyed this video. Please keep an eye out because I'm hoping to start posting some reading vlogs, reading some of these books in the near future. So keep an eye out for those. But thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!